before we begin tonight, there are a few announcements that I would...
A fiddler on the roof. Sounds crazy. But here in our little village of Anatevka, you might say every one of us is like a fiddler on the roof. Each trying to scratch out a simple, pleasant tune without breaking his neck. It isn't easy. You may ask, why do we stay up here if it's so dangerous? We stay because Anatevka is our home. And how do we keep our balance? This I can tell you in a word. Tradition. Because of our traditions, we have kept our balance for many, many years. Here in Anatevka, we have a tradition for everything. How to eat, how to sleep, or how we wear clothes, for instance. We always wear this prayer shawl and always keep our heads covered. This shows our constant devotion to God. You may ask, how did this tradition get started? I'll tell you. I don't know. But it's a tradition. And because of our traditions, everyone knows who he is and what God expects him to do. Day and night must scramble for a living, feed the wife and children, say his daily prayers, and has the right, as master of the house, to have the final word at home. The Papa! Tradition! The Papa! We've always had a special tides. For instance, you enter the matchmaker.
Abraham, I have the perfect night for your son.
For my son. Who is it?
Good, the shoemaker's daughter.
Look at her. But she can hardly see. She's practically blind.
Tell the truth, Abraham. Is your son so much to look at? The way she sees and the way he looks. The perfect man!
And, Nahum the beggar.
All for the board! All for the board!
Here, Red Nahab is 1 kopeck.
1 kopeck? Last week you gave me 2 kopeck.
Oh, I had a bad week.
So if you had a bad week, why should I suffer?
And most important of all, our beloved Rabbi.
Rabbi, can I ask you a question?
Certainly.
Is there a proper blessing for the Tsar?
A blessing for the Tsar. Of course. May God bless and keep the Tsar far away from us.
And then there are the others in our village. They make up a much larger circle. For instance, His Honor the Constable, and many others. We don't bother them, and so far, they don't bother us. And amongst ourselves, we always get along perfectly. Of course, there was the time he sold him a horse, but he delivered a mule.
It was a horse. It was a mule. It was a horse.
Mule! Without that tradition, our lives would be as shaky as a fiddler on the road.
Put it on my head. Why, the stone foolish girl. Where's Papa?
She's in the barn, milking. And won't Papa be home?
Oh, it's almost Sabbath and he worries a lot when he'll be home. All day long riding on top of that wagon like a prince.
Mama, you know that Papa works hard.
Oh, his horse works harder. And you don't have to defend your papa to me. I know him longer than you. He could drive a person crazy. He should only live and be well. Spritska, bring me some more potatoes.
Yes, Mama.
Papa, did you finish the milking?
Yes, Mama.
You're reading again? Papa, why must you go read? You'll get her a better husband? Yeah.
Mama! Mama! Guess who's coming? She's down the road. Oh, Zayhu, maybe she's finally found you a husband.
Oh, from your mouth to God's ears.
Why does she have to come now? It's almost Sabbath.
Children, get ready for the Sabbath. Oh,
But, Mama, the man she finds, the last one was so old, and he was bald.
Zidel, a poor girl without a dowry cannot be so particular. You want hair? Marry a monkey.
After all, Mama, I'm not yet 20 years old.
Do you have to boast about your age? Zidel, do you want to tend to the evil eye? Inside. Golden! It's golden, darling! Oh, Yenta. I have such news for you! And not every day in the week news! In a lifetime news, Goldo! It's about your daughter! My daughter! Such diamonds, such jewels, oh! And you'll see, Golda, I'll find every one But she's busy. You can come back later.
But I'd like to talk to her.
Later?
Oh, Madeline, I thought I heard you.
Zeitel, finish what you were doing. Mott, I said later. What does that poor tailor want with Zeitel? They've been friends since they were babies together. They talk, they play. They play? What do they play? Oh, Yenta, they're just children. From such children come other children, oh. Models are nothing, Yenta. You said you children. They are your blessing in your old age. My Aaron couldn't give me children. Believe me, he was as good as gold. Never raised his voice to me. But what use is it that he didn't raise his voice to me? Oh, it's not that I'm complaining. Other women enjoy complaining. But then, not every woman in the world is a Yenta, eh? Well, I must prepare my poor Sabbath table, Golda. Thank you, Golda. Oh, it was a pleasure talking our hearts out to each other. Yenta. You said you had news for me? Oh, what is happening to Yenta? Someday her head will run up all together and the horse will kick it into the mud. Goodbye, Yenta. Oh. The news about Laser Wolf, the butcher, a good man, a fine man. And I don't have to tell you he's well off, eh? No. He's lonely, the poor man. Oh, and out of the whole village, he set his eye on Zeitel. Oh, my Zeitel. No, the star Zeitel. Of course your Zeitel. Oh, such a match for my Zeitel. But Tevye wants a learned man. He doesn't like Laser. Golda, sit down. Yenta knows what to do. Send Tevye to Laser. Tell him what it's about. Let Laser discuss it for himself. He's a good man, Golda. A fine man. A wealthy man, eh? So, you'll tell me how it went? Oh, Golda. You don't have to thank me for other than the fee which Laser will pay. It gives me satisfaction to make people happy. Oh, Golda. Oh, goodbye, Golda. Sabbath.
What did you want, Mama? What did you say?
When I want you to know, I'll tell you. Girls, get the kitchen ready for the Sabbath. It's almost sundown.
Oh, Zeitel, maybe she's finally found you a husband.
I'm not anxious for Yenta to find me a husband.
Not unless it's Model Taylor.
I didn't ask you. Zeitel, you're the oldest. They have to find a match for you before they can find one for me.
Or to me. So if Yenta brings...
Yenta.
Well, somebody has to arrange the matches. Young people can't decide these things for themselves.
She might bring someone wonderful, well off.
And important. Matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Matchmaker, look through your book and make me a perfect match.
Matchmaker, I'll bring the veil. You bring the groom, slender and pale. Bring me a ring, for I'm longing to be the envy of all I see.
For Papa, make him a scholar.
For Mama, make him rich and
nice. It's enough that you pick on me, Tevye. Bless me with 5 daughters and a life of poverty. It's all right. But what have you got against my horse? Sometimes I think to myself that when things are too quiet up there, you say to yourself, let's see what kind of mischief I can play on my friend Tevye.
So you're finally here, my breadwinner. Where's your horse?
My horse says he was invited to the blacksmith for the Sabbath.
Well, you better hurry up. The sun won't wait for you. And I have something to say to you.
Of course. As the good book says, heal us, O Lord, and we shall be healed. In other words, send us the cure. We've got this sickness already. It's not that I'm complaining. After all, dear help, I'm starving to death. You made many, many poor people. No, I know it's no great shame to be poor. No great honor either. So would it have been so terrible if I had if I were a rich man? Diddle, 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 digger, digger, diddle, diddle, dum. All day long I'd bitty, bitty bum. If I were a wealthy man, wouldn't have to work hard. Diddle, 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 digger, digger, dum. If I were a bitty, bitty rich, diddle, digger, digger, diddle man, I'd build a big tall house with rooms by the dozen right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. There would be one long staircase just going up and one even longer coming down and one more leading nowhere just for show. If I were a rich man, diddle, 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 digger, digger, diddle, diddle, dum. All day long I'd bitty, bitty bum. If I were a wealthy man, wouldn't have to work hard. Diddle, 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 digger, digger, diddle, diddle, dum. If I were a bitty, bitty rich, diddle, digger, digger, diddle man. I see my wife, my Golda, looking like a rich man's wife with a proper double chin, supervising meals to her heart's delight. I see her putting on airs and strutting like a peacock. Boy, what a happy mood she's in, screaming at the servants day and night. The most important man in town will come and find me. They will ask me to advise them, like a Solomon the Wise. If you please, Reb Tevye, pardon me, Reb Tevye, posing problems that would cross the rabbi's eyes. And it wouldn't make one bit of difference if I answer right or wrong. When you're rich, they think you really know. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I'd like to sit in the synagogue and pray, and maybe have a seat by the eastern wall. And I discuss the holy book with the learned man 7 hours every day. This would be the sweetest thing of all. If I were a rich man, diddle, diddle, digger, 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 diddle, diddle, dum. All day long I'd be pretty bum. If I were a wealthy man, you wouldn't have to work hard. Diddle, diddle, digger, 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 diddle, diddle, dum. what I am, would it spoil some vast eternal plan? If I were a wealthy man.
Vega, there you are. You forgot my order for the Sabbath.
I know, Red Mordecai. I had a little problem with my horse.
Tevye, you forgot the rabbi's order for the Sabbath.
I know, Red. I know.
Reb Tevye,
What is it?
you also forgot my order for the Sabbath.
I know. And it seems to be bigger news than the plague in Odessa.
Talk about news, Reb Tevye. It's horrible news in the outside world.
What is it?
What does it say?
In a little village called Rajanka, all the Jews were forced to leave their homes.
For what reason?
Doesn't say. Maybe a plague. Maybe the Tsar wanted their land.
May the Tsar have his own personal plague.
Amen.
Why don't you ever bring us any good news?
I only read it. It was an edict from the authorities.
The authorities, may they itch in places they can't even reach.
Amen.
What good does all your cursing do? You stand about and curse and swear and don't do anything about it. You'll all chatter your way into the grave.
Excuse me. You're not from this town, are you?
No,
Where are you from?
here. I was a student at the university there.
University, huh? Is that where you learn to disrespect your elders?
That's what I learned there's more to life than talk. You can't ignore what's happening in the outside world.
But why should I break my head over the outside world? Let them break their own heads.
Well put. As the good book says, you spit up into the air, it lands in your face.
That's nonsense. You can't close your eyes to what's happening in the outside world.
He's right.
Wait, Tevye.
Yes.
He's right? And he's right? You both can't be right.
You know, you are also right.
I think you're right. But he's still a little wet behind the ears. Good Sabbath, Tevye.
You're order.
And my order.
What's that?
Sorry.
Reb Tevye, the rabbi's order, my cheese.
Yes, yes. So you're from Kiev, Reb.
Virgin.
Virgin. As Abraham said, I'm a stranger in a strange land.
But that was Moses.
Forgive me. As King Solomon said, I am slow of speech and slow of tongue.
But that was Moses as well.
You know, for a man who's slow of tongue, he talked a lot. Here, have a piece.
I have no money, and I'm not a beggar.
Hey, it's a blessing for me to give.
Very well. For your sake.
Thank you. You know, it's no great shame to be poor.
In this world, it's the rich who are the criminals. Someday, their wealth will be ours.
That would be nice. If they would agree, I would agree.
And who would make such a miracle happen?
People. Ordinary people.
Like you?
Like me.
Nonsense.
And until your golden day comes, how will you earn a living?
By giving lessons to children. Do you have any?
I have 5 daughters.
5?
Daughters.
Well, girls should learn too. Girls are people.
A radical.
I'd be willing to open their minds to great new thoughts.
What kind of thoughts?
Well, the good book has many lessons for our times.
I'm a poor man, but food for lessons. Good? Good. Stay with us for the Sabbath. We don't exactly eat like kings, but we don't exactly starve either. As the good book says, when a poor man eats a chicken, one of them is sick.
Tevye,